Wheat is looking a little better after the rain we've had. Oh boy, it is chilly this morning though. Woke up to about 40 degrees. Still only about 50 degrees at, what is this? Almost noon. Light breeze from the north, I believe. I hate cold weather. I've got one more tank to spray, and then I think I can clean up the sprayer and winterize it for the winter. So I've dumped my chemicals in there. I'm just waiting for it to finish filling. I'm at about not quite 450, so another 50 gallons or so. Hey, I may be able to burn today. I've got my wheat bags over there. I've got a number of chemical boxes and jugs over here. So with the rain that we had the other day, I think it's damp enough I can burn, although we still have a open burn ban in the state in effect, but hopefully nobody will see me. As I said, we had enough rain that it's not going to burn, just a light breeze today. This corn fodder damp enough that it really won't take off and burn if there's anything that gets in here. I've got a little bit of wheat coming up here. I had a little bit left in the drill, so I ran it out in this field here. So I made, I think, maybe 6 or 8 passes. You can kind of see right about in here where it started running out. So that was kind of my last pass right there. It's better than throwing it away, right? Apparently Sexy Rooster's got a issue with his truck, so he is borrowing one of my trucks until he figures out what his issue is on his truck. Anyway, until he can get somebody to look at that, he's driving one of mine. Just want to show you the difference already and how it's showing up. So here on the right hand side of the field, I sprayed this about 3 weeks ago when I sprayed my wheat with glyphosate before it came up to kill everything that was there already. I had a little bit left in the sprayer, so I jumped over in this field and I had enough for about 2 acres here to spray. And this is where I ran out, and so you can clearly see the line here in the field. Very little green on this side, but lots of green on this side. And then here on the end, I just kind of, when I came out of the field here, then I just kind of went across the end a little bit, and you can see the line like kind of right here, green on this side and brown on this side. So yeah, what I'm after is killing all of this green out here, because some of it will overwinter and continue growing. So I just want to get rid of it right now. I am sitting here reading about some of Donald Trump's picks for his new administration, and oh wow, there's some great picks out there. Pete Hegseth for Secretary of Defense. Wow, I think that's a great pick there. But it reminds me of something one of my employees told me yesterday morning when he came in and he had some type of energy drink in his hand. He said, you know what? This thing just tastes better and cheaper right now. He said, I think it's because of electing Donald Trump as our next president. So yeah, even my young employees can already tell the difference in their energy drinks, because they just taste better and they taste cheaper. So yeah, it's going to be interesting on who his press secretary is going to be. That's going to be the key, is the press secretary. Whoever can get his message out the best and fight back against those liberal reporters that will be sitting in that White House press office. I read something yesterday that Alina Habba is in the running. She was on Hannity last night. Of course, she wasn't denying it or saying that it was true. So that's usually an indication that, yep, that person is the pig. I did see her she spoke at the rally I went to in Harrisburg. Oh, darn it. This field is this split is right here on the ditch line. I think I'll be okay. So yeah, I saw Alina at the Trump rally in Harrisburg. She got up and spoke, and she was powerful with that speech that she gave there. So that would be excellent. Of course, Elon Musk with the Department of Government Efficiency, him and Vivek. Wow, that has potential there. Now, I'm a little bit concerned about my Tesla stock, because if Elon is taken away from his duties, hold on, let me get turned around. I'm right on the ditch line here, so it's a little rough. Okay. So if Elon and Vivek can do what they want to do, that could be great. But as I was saying, I am concerned about my Tesla stock, with Elon not giving full attention to his companies. His companies, and especially the stock price, could suffer some. But that's okay. I can take a little suffering there if they can fix the overarching problem of government regulations and government inefficiency. Of course, the mainstream media, whatever you want to call them, they were all up in arms last night because the acronym for Department of Government Efficiency is DOGE. And I don't quite understand what they were trying to say, but they were referencing it to Dogecoin or Dogecoin, however you say it, and I don't get that reference and what they were trying to say with that, but apparently to them it's not good. That acronym spells D-O-G-E, Department of Government Efficiency. So yeah, Trump he's just been on fire the last couple of days with his cabinet picks and his other picks within the administration. What has he got to lose? You know, he's a lame duck going into this. He's not running for re-election again, so he can think outside of the box. You know, as I was saying last night on our local forum, it's probably a good thing that he wasn't reelected in 2020, but then was reelected in 2024, because he had time to come up with a game plan and think about the mistakes that were made in his first administration, what he did wrong, what he did right, the people he needed to get rid of. He probably learned a lot, and he had time to regroup and figure this out. And it looks like we have potential to really make things great. Now, I am concerned about the new Senate leader on the Republican side. It was just announced that John Thune was the one elected, so I think he's just going to be a Mitch McConnell lackey. So there is going to be concern there. Is he going to work with Trump, or is he going to push back on a lot of Trump's ideas? That could be a problem. Time will tell on that. But that could be one of the weak links here, is John Thune as the Senate president. Is that the proper term? I think it is. All right, time will tell. Trump has got a big job ahead of him. We'll see how it goes. I know he can't do it all, but I think the number one thing, if he can stop that border, and by putting Tom Homan in charge of that will be huge. So if he can stop those illegal crossings at the border and deport those that have already come in illegally, Man, that would be great, but all the media is having a fit over his deportation program. But if you go back and look, Clinton deported about almost 1 million people, I think the numbers are. Bush deported 2 million people, and Obama deported 3 million people. And everybody was happy then that when Obama was deporting people, 3 million of them. But now all of a sudden it's a bad thing because Trump wants to do it. Hopefully Trump can double Obama's numbers and maybe get it to 6 million people. That would be great. And what was Tom Homan's comeback the other day when one of the mainstream reporters asked him about the separation of a family, you know, breaking apart a family by deporting someone? And he said, what happens when an American citizen does a crime and the police come in? Depending on the crime, what happens? The mother is yanked from the child and the child is put into social services. Isn't that family separation? And do we say anything about that? No, a crime is a crime. So if you've committed a crime and you're here as an illegal, your ass needs to get the hell out of here and go back to where you came from. And so what if you're leaving behind a wife and kids? The wife and kids are more than welcome to go along with you and go back home if it's such a big deal. I don't see it. Okay, I better pay attention here because I'm getting close to empty here. I've got about 40 gallons left and I've got about 1 acre left, so I think I'm okay, but I'm going to put the camera down here and pay attention to what I've got left. Okay, I've finished without running out. I've got about 20 gallons left, so I'm going to go home and clean the sprayer out behind the shop there in that field. And hopefully I've got some of that RV antifreeze to put in the sprayer to keep it from freezing over the winter. All right, back to Trump's picks here. Kristi Noem, yeah, Kristi Noem is going to be DHS, Department of Homeland Security, I think. So for Trump being a misogynist, he really isn't doing that good of a job. He's got the first woman chief of staff, Kristi Noem. If Alina Habba, am I saying her name correctly? If she's going to be the press secretary, yeah, Trump is doing a horrible job at being a misogynist. But when you look at his cabinet and the way it's coming together versus Biden's cabinet, that Rachel Levine for the Department of Health and Human Services, what is that? And then that other character with the bald head, the it, that was accused and was she ever convicted of stealing the luggage from the airports? Some of the picks that Biden had, oh my God, which is why Trump has won, because the American people pushed back against that wokeness and these DEI hires. So that's a good thing. We are back on track again for everyday normal Americans being in charge of our country. So yeah, I'm happy so far. I mean, we still have a ways to go before he is sworn in, but what he's doing so far with his picks, and I guess he's having lunch with Biden today. I haven't read any news about that yet. If Trump takes the high road on this and is very cordial once he comes out of the meeting and keeps his mouth shut, or is he going to run his mouth and say, oh my God, that Biden is such a sleepy Joe and he didn't know what he was talking about in this meeting? I don't know. Trump has been pretty quiet since Election Day. He hasn't been out speaking a whole lot in front of the cameras. He's put a few statements on his Truth Social, but nothing outrageous that I'm aware of. I guess he's busy and he's really focused on getting this administration together and getting it right. So we'll see if the old Trump comes back over the next couple of weeks or months. I kind of miss the old Trump because I would like to see him come out and give us the hard truth about his meeting with Joe Biden today. Only time will tell.